What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but welcome back to another episode of Community Kitchen, where we're cooking up the latest and greatest gaming news headlines. And who better to join me today to predict the future than John Hanson? Why don't you say what's up?
What's up? Let's talk about this future, eh? What will we see in 10 years?
A bright future is ahead for each of the big three. We're going to talk about Nintendo today, seeing how the Switch 2 is on the horizon. But before we get into any of that, we'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who like these videos, subscribe to Game Sandwich, and follow our gaming ventures. Now, John, I want to come to you. You're the almighty grand Nintendo wizard. I'm giving you that label today.
Let's go.
I'm gonna give you the general question. Where will Nintendo be in 10 years? And I'm going to hold you to this, and this is forever set in stone, by the way. No pressure.
Okay. Honestly, I okay. So on the outside, I don't think there's going to be too much different than what you see today. I think they're going to still be a very significant name in the console market. I think they're still going to have, obviously, they're going to have that great IP that they're using and everything. I think on the inside, we're going to look very different.
Mm-hmm.
I think within 10 years' time, a lot of the names that you know from Nintendo will have retired. I'm talking Shigeru Miyamoto, maybe, man, I am blanking on all the names right now, and I have them right there in my head. Sakurai.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking Koizumi, maybe. Uh, yeah, just a lot of names that you know for Nintendo. I think I won't say all of them, but let's say at least three of the recognizable names from any part of Nintendo.
Man.
I think they will have retired.
10 years in gaming, like in general, it's a short amount of time, but it's also a very long amount of time, especially given like Miyamoto and Sakurai have been in the game for so long. You talk about what's coming from Sakurai next, which is Kirby Air Riders. Weird thing to say. But I want to get greedy. I want to get very greedy and kind of put the Switch 2 aside. Within the next 10 years, I'm very, very certain we're going to be getting...
Real quick, I take back Sakurai. I just looked up his age. He's only 54.
Really? I thought that YouTube thing was like his swan song. He's like, yeah, like, I'm good. Like, I'm here.
He's just the kind of guy that he's going to do whatever he wants, and he really wants to make video games, and I'm all cool with that.
We're going to touch on that a little later. But 10 years relative to the Switch 1, we got a bunch of different models of the Switch 1. We got the OLED, we got the Mini, we got all the different variations. By that standard, Switch 2 is going to be coming out very, very soon. We're going to get an OLED, and are we going to get a new iteration of the Switch 2 or an entirely new console in these 10 years?
Oh, both. I mean, Nintendo doesn't make just one console. Mm-hmm. Like, they will iterate it on it over the years, and within 10 years, 100% we're going to have a Nintendo Switch 3. Even the Switch, which everyone felt like lasted forever, 8 years long.
Yeah.
So, no doubt in my mind, the Switch 3 will come out within 10 years.
And they're going to stick with that handheld, removable Joy-Cons. That's going to be their bread and butter moving forward.
They've been the best at it. So I don't see really a point for them to go away from it. Like, they've always been the name in handheld gaming. And now that they've combined that with their console gaming, it's the perfect area for Nintendo to be in. I don't see any possible way for them to go away from that.
They're going to get into PC gaming. No, they're not. They're definitely not. Do you have any other long shot? Maybe. Do you have any other long shots here before I spew off the rest of my list here?
Just going with the PC stuff. Yeah, I think it's possible that they get into the PC market. We are talking about a very different Nintendo. Like, even today, if you compare them to a decade ago, they are a very different Nintendo. Like they don't
Mm-hmm.
they're in the mobile market now. There's 100% a chance that they go into the PC market. I don't see them putting their games out on Xbox or PS4 within the 10 or wow, PS4. Wow. Just PlayStation in the next 10 years. But I definitely could see them explore the PC market. I'm not saying they're ever going to jump hard into it, but maybe they make like a smaller side game, a new IP, and they test it out on PC.
Hmm. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Now I'm going to ask you more about the games. Mainline games or movies we're going to see in the next 10 years. I know we have Zelda. That's been confirmed, or is this more of
Yeah.
like worst kept secret? Okay, it's been confirmed. Next Mario movie, and outside of that, we know nothing, right?
hmm
So what are we
So,
feeling?
so they have said that the Zelda movie will be a trilogy. So we've got three of those within 10 years for sure.
Oh, okay.
The Mario movies, I mean, that's an easy trilogy, maybe even more. I could also see a television spinoff in there, whether that's Donkey Kong, Yoshi, whatever. Maybe a Luigi's Mansion series,
Ooh.
something like that. Um, Kirby, I don't really see. Um, the television show they did back in the day was really good. I liked it. I just don't see them making a movie for Kirby.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Uh, F-Zero, that's still in obscurity. Metroid, maybe we could see a movie someday with that. I don't know though.
It depends what route they
It,
would want to go with that.
yeah. So, okay, taking out Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon because I believe all of those will have new movies and I mean, those are the big three for Nintendo. Taking those out, I would say biggest, the most opportune chance for new movies, I would say Splatoon,
Okay.
Star Fox,
Ooh, I'd love a Star Fox movie.
and Punch Out.
Punch Out.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that's a
think
new one.
I think those three are the best suited for a movie within the next 10 years.
All right, I like it. I like it. Now, in the vein of Punch Out, do we see a brand new Smash game in this 10-year span
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
from
Like
from Sakurai?
what okay, from Sakurai is I think he won't be like the head guy, but I think he will be like um he'll be like the overseeing guy. Like he's not going to be as part of development as he has in the past. I think he'll be kind of the like the word I'm looking for. Uh just he'll just be there to
Associate?
kind of associate. Yeah, he'll be leading the charge, but he's not going to be like deep in on it because I think he'll be working on other stuff as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Smash will be the one thing that he's dedicating his entire life to. I think he wants to do some more stuff like Kirby Air Riders and maybe we get that Kid Icarus remake or something or a
Please.
sequel. Um so yeah, I think he's going to be doing more stuff that he actually focuses on, but Smash will be something that Nintendo asks him, "Hey, can you give us some leadership on this? Can you just come in like once a week and like give your ideas, your direction for how this next game will go?" But yeah, Smash is too big for Nintendo to just turn away from whether Sakurai is there or not.
Is this gonna be the continuation of Ultimate where it's like everybody's here, or is this the fabled revamp? We reset everything and kind of go back to the base formula and then build it back up.
You don't have to revamp it, but there's no way that we do everyone is here again. Like
Yeah,
that's just not happening.
it'd be
Um,
amazing.
you, there will never be a Super Smash Brothers Ultimater. Like it's just not gonna happen.
I mean,
Uh,
the prospect of just like Xbox being willy nilly with their games and like, hey, We can lend you Master Chief. That's salivating, but maybe that's too tinfoil hat out there. But
Nope. The next Smash, whenever it comes out, I think you see let's see, at launch Ultimate had 72 fighters, I want to say.
yeah.
I think that's about right. The next one at launch, I think, will be closer to like 30 or 40. Like, I think it's a big cut down. Obviously, you have the standard choices in there. I think you cut down a lot on the third parties. I think you cut down on the Fire Emblems, the Echo characters. Like, I think it's going to be a lot of just original characters and ideas going into the next Smash.
Now, are we forecasting any dormant franchises making a comeback? To that, I'm looking to a Star Fox, to an F-Zero. Pick a name out of a hat at this point. Do we got any proposals here?
Let's see. So going through the list, F-Zero, at this point, I think we will get a new F-Zero game. I don't think it's going to be like a massive thing. I mean, we already got F-Zero 99, and I think we could get more stuff along those lines, but like a more modern take, because that was very much the SNES F-Zero put into a battle royale. I think we get like a smaller 3D F-Zero game.
I'm for it.
Something that could be an NSO just add-on, but I feel like they already did that with F-Zero 99, so I don't think we'll do that again. Star Fox, I wouldn't mind it. I just don't see it happening. All of those games have been, well, not all of them, but a lot of them have been kind of retreads on the original game, and they just never seem to be able to take off the way Nintendo wants them to. Now, me speaking personally, I would love for them to remake / remaster Star Fox Assault. That's my favorite game in the series. Maybe we get that, like some kind of remaster from the older games.
Give me Adventure.
I just don't.
I need it. I need it.
Adventure could be one. I mean, both of those could just be included in the GameCube library in the future. Yeah. But yeah, I just don't see Star Fox making a comeback. Let's see, Punch Out, maybe, but I don't know. What else? I mean, there's so much there under the Nintendo IP. Like, what could we talk about? Let's see. Pikmin within 10 years. I mean, obviously they just got 4 a bit ago, but will we get 5? That series always has to wait a long time to get their next game.
I got Animal Crossing on my radar for this. It has to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Relatively soon, too, I think.
2020 was so big for Animal Crossing. New Horizons, like, propelled that series into... That is up there. Like, that would be in the top 5 Nintendo IP going forward, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo is going to focus on that. They're going to work on making it better and bigger and all that stuff. So yeah, I would be shocked if we don't get an Animal Crossing new game announcement within the next year or 2.
Okay.
Let's see. There's so many Nintendo games that you can point to, like, hey, will this come back? And usually the answer is no.
Yeah.
With Nintendo, because they're going to do a lot of new things as well within the next decade. So, we'll see.
So, I want to ask you, I got 2 more for you. What is the next Zelda going to look like? Are we doing another, like, Tears of the Kingdom? Are we doing a top-down? What would you like, essentially?
You can do both. I mean, Eiji Aonuma's team, they focus on the Breath of the Wild style that they have been focusing on. They make a new big game like that, but in a new Hyrule. It's going to be a new story. Mm-hmm. That's what the Zelda games do. They go somewhere new and they change the timeline. That's what it's going to be. But I do think it will be something along the lines of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. It's just a matter of finding out what the next gimmick will be. Mm-hmm. Breath of the Wild, it was the map. Tears of the Kingdom, it was the Ultra Hand and all the like building your vehicles and stuff. Um, what the next gimmick could be, no idea. I can't tell you, but I do think it'll be a giant world. But at the same time, we did see Echoes of Wisdom bring Zelda in as a playable character, and it was that 2D style. I think we get that again. It could be either Link or Zelda. My personal wish list is that at some point we get a cooperative game where you play as both Link and Zelda. You can have a friend play with you, or the AI will go along on the adventure with you. That's what I want
Nice.
from a 2D Zelda game.
I'm here for it. Now, it took us, I'm going to say 2 consoles to get GameCube games on NSO. Do we get Wii games on NSO? And I'm going to narrow down the time frame on the Switch 2. Do we get it then? Or do you think this is like a Switch 3 or something else?
So I think and I hope it will be Switch 3. On the Switch 2, I want Nintendo to focus on filling out the libraries that are already on the Switch 2.
Yep.
We've got NES and we got SNES. Those libraries are filled up. There's probably 1 or 2 that they could still throw in there, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that they throw in there. You're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I just over the weekend, I went over and I was just looking, and I was like, I don't know any. Oh, okay, obviously not any, but I don't know a lot of these games on here. It's just a lot of games I've never seen or heard of before. I want them to take this time to really focus on filling out the N64 library. There's no Donkey Kong 64. Diddy Kong Racing is right there.
Please.
On the GameCube. I mean, they're just getting started. They're going to have 3 games at launch on there. And we know like 9 or so games that are coming in the future. I really hope they don't just really slowly drip feed like they have in the past with the N64 library.
Yeah.
I want them to put out a bunch of games on there. Let's say like a year from now, I'm hoping 15 games on there.
Good
For
number.
Nintendo, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think there's 15 on the N64 library yet. That's just how slow they've been drip feeding them. Game Boy Advance is another area that I'm like, man, I really want more on here. There's more you can pull from. We still don't have Pokemon games on there.
There
Absolutely insane. So yeah, I want them to focus on filling out the libraries they already have before they bring in the Wii stuff. But I do think that will happen at some point, just not on the Switch 2.
And there's plenty of room with like the DS and stuff they want to do there. It's just how they handle it, whether it is
I would say the
double
DS is a
screen.
better chance to come on the Switch 2 than the Wii.
Okay, I'm with it. I like it all. I mean, it's always like we can sit here and yap all day about Nintendo 10 years, but out of all the big 3, they're the hardest to nail down because they can take something and just go off to the right with it, or the left, or up, down, whatever. Last but not least, Pokemon. It's a big thing that they're coming up on Gen 10. You brought up games coming to NSO. I think that's when we get it. We get the anniversary comes, all games on NSO, at least, Ruby, Sapphire, the mainline games. Gen 10, there is a rumor this is set in like a Greek area. It's very interesting there. But the future of the franchise with them releasing Pokemon Champions, which is like a stadium thing where you battle Pokemon, where do you see Pokemon like factoring into Nintendo's future as far as like mainline games? Do we get spin-offs? Do we get a movie, another one? And then the live action TV show starring Red, which I cannot wait to see what they do with that. But what are your thoughts about Pokemon in the next 10 years?
Pokemon's going to do what they want. That's just kind of their thing. Nintendo only owns 33% of it. And then you've got Game Freak and the Pokemon Company in there as well. So there's a lot of back and forth in there. I think they're just gonna keep doing what they've been doing. Yeah, of course, you're gonna have a ton of spin-offs. We've got Pokemon Sleep within the last decade. Like, yeah, we're gonna get more of that stuff. Like,
no.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff that you're like, yeah, this is awesome, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff you're like, why? Why is this a thing?
Yeah.
That's just what Pokemon does. I do think we're gonna have another live action. I don't think it'll be Detective Pikachu 2, but I think they'll do something new. Yeah, that Pokemon's just gonna keep doing what they're already doing, I think.
One of the biggest IP out there in the world. But yeah, the next 10 years for Nintendo are going to be great. I just can't wait to see what they do. Switch 2 coming here in a few days. Oh, it's going to be a grand old time here on the Game Sandwich YouTube channel and all of our other social media pages and our Discord. You might want to join. Link down below. But do we have any final thoughts here?
No, I got nothing. I just within the next 10 years, man, I hope we get more than one 3D Mario and one Zelda game.
It'd be nice. It would be, but you
Yeah,
know.
but that knowing how Nintendo operates, within the last decade, we've gotten two Zelda games and the big Zelda games,
Yeah.
and then one 3D Mario. So I hope that they can up the development a little bit, but
Just a little.
probably not.
Just a little. I need something else. But speaking of needing something else, that about does it here for this episode of Community Kitchen. We hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you're new here, why don't you consider subscribing, dropping a like on this video, and joining our Discord. But as of right now, I've been Kalo, joined by John Hanson, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.